Alrighty, y'all. Hello. And welcome to a pretty weird video, I think, because we're looking at something I didn't really know about at all. I'm probably going to butcher this, so I do apologize. It's something called Pustynia Błędowska. It's Poland's largest desert. Now, first of all, I didn't think all of Europe really had deserts at all. So, I mean, if you want to fill me in on that, go ahead. I mean, compared to, of course, huge deserts in Africa, Australia, and, of course, like North America, I'm sure they're not that huge. But the fact that they do have some very arid pockets is pretty interesting to me. And so, yeah, we're going to be taking a look at this. It's from a channel called Love My Poland. It's been suggested to me a couple times. I just think this is fascinating. So let's just check it out. It'll be linked down below. Make sure to check them out. And let's see what this is about.
Love My Poland. Today I would like to take you on a special trip. We are going to Poland's largest desert. That's right, Poland has deserts, and this one is Pustynia Błędowska. We're going to go for a walk today. I'm going to give you lots of interesting information. Let's get started. This is Poland's largest desert, which is nicknamed the Polish Sahara.
Whoa.
I've been wanting to make this trip for over a decade after first hearing about it from an English presentation that one of my university students gave me years ago. The Błędowska Desert is open to the public free of charge year-round, and to get here you need to travel to the border that separates the Silesian and Lesser Poland provinces to a little town called Klucze. Klucze lies about 45 kilometers northwest of Kraków, or just 45 kilometers east of Katowice. We arrived at the desert with no problem at all, and were pleased to see that it wasn't too crowded with free parking close to the entrance. Doing a bit of reading up on the Błędowska Desert before arriving, I learned that the sands were carried down and deposited thousands of years ago by a melting glacier.
Wow.
In fact, the desert really wasn't formed naturally, as over time, human activities such as deforestation and local mining pushed the area to the desert form you see today.
Look at that. That is just so weird. All the sand. That's not how, judging, by the way, I'm not an expert, of course, but, at all. That's why I'm learning about all these places. But this is not how I would have pictured anywhere in Poland. Now, I know the whole country doesn't look like this, but it's just so interesting. By the way, I used to live in a desert. I love deserts, right? I don't know why. Some people feel like deserts, you either love them or hate them. Some people hate them. I love the desert. I have lived in deserts before. You can see my shirt, New Mexico, right? Big desert state. New Mexico, Arizona, West Texas. Yeah, they're all desert. And it's beautiful and rugged and hot and, crisp, cool nights. It's fun. And you could find some interesting stuff in this sand, right?
The Błędowska Desert site you're watching right now occupies an area of 32 square kilometers, which is about 12 square miles. The sands have an average thickness of 40 meters, to the deepest level being 70 meters.
Wow.
But what's it like to actually be here? Well, just going by what I see all around me, my first impression took me back a bit to driving through Texas or New Mexico or Arizona, but without all the tumbleweed and cacti.
Yes.
It really...
Oh my God, tumbleweeds a real deal. The amount of huge tumbleweeds that were almost the size of your car that I saw flying across the highway in New Mexico was pretty wild. They could be actually kind of dangerous. So, yeah, that is a real deal. And luckily, it doesn't look like we have any here in this in Poland.
Really plays tricks on your mind, as you can't help but wonder if you're still actually standing on Polish soil.
Right.
I just had to walk barefoot on the sand, so that's the first thing I did. The sand is really cool to the touch and surprisingly loose. Wow. In some places you get the impression that you might have stumbled on quicksand, as in some spots you get a rapid sinking feeling.
Oh, that's weird.
On the other hand, though, the sand is quite similar to sand you'd see at Poland's Baltic coast, and you almost expect to find the Baltic Sea just over the dunes. I talked to an older gentleman near the entrance who advised me to visit again on an exceptionally hot day to experience a real-life mirage. Being here for the first time has been a real treat, and my entire family has enjoyed it. After a 2-hour visit, I couldn't get my kids to return to the car, as they really liked picking up interesting rocks they'd find deep in the sand.
I could vouch for that. I was surprised how much my kids loved poking around in the desert. It was funny. That's like not really something they do in other places, but when we're in the desert, they just love looking around, searching for things and just kind of taking it all in, poking around in the sand. It's funny. They are very fascinated by it.
And my
Rightfully
oldest son
so.
even found a nice piece of pure lead. I'm not sure if it's
Whoa.
lead that found its way over from the nearby Olkush mine or a piece of fired ammunition, but it was a fun find nevertheless. I have to also mention that during my research, I learned how the German Afrika Korps during World War II once trained here, and today the Polish Army uses this area as a training ground for paratroopers from the 6th Airborne Brigade due to the fact that the sand provides the jumpers with a soft, comfortable landing site.
It makes sense.
Most recently, though, I was shocked to find out that pilots from the United States Air Force have also exercised over this very desert.
What?
Finally, the atmosphere here
Holy
is
smokes.
truly tourist-friendly. While I'm recording this video, there are dirt
Look at
bikes
that.
zipping past me, people flying kites, RC planes and drones, and one family even having a nice picnic together. There was even a photo shoot taking place against the backdrop of a neon orange Lamborghini. This place gives you a positive vibe and is
What the
certainly a
hell?
destination I'd like to come back to
That's
very
insane.
soon.
Yeah, if we go about Google Earth, if you're curious, I've seen all around these deserts here, and I've lived right over here, right on the border of Mexico. And so, yeah, I'm very familiar. I love deserts. Of course, look at Africa. My goodness. Of course, the Arabian Peninsula. So we're not looking at quite a massive desert like that, but the fact that Europe has these little pockets that I don't know about is very interesting. So let's see if we can find this desert. Hold on. But can we actually find it? There, I'll switch you to that view so you can get a better look. Okay, so if there's, for reference, northwest. And look at, you can kind of see, there it is. Oh my God. Look at that. What on earth? So if we zoom out, I'm going to keep my mouse on it. It's in like south central Poland, kind of towards Slovakia almost. That is so crazy. Isn't that just a weird thing? Yeah, desert viewing platform. Oh my God, that is so wild. And it's actually pretty big. That is insane. Wow. So you'll have to tell me in the comments if this is, A, if you've ever heard of this, and B, have you taken a trip here and hung out here, had some fun? Is this, and also, this is the type of place that makes me wonder, look at the paratroopers. What the hell? That's so crazy, dude. I didn't know. I've never even heard of this place. And they get snow. Oh my God. I mean, we do get snow in our North American deserts too. A lot of people wrongfully assume that it's always hot. No, they do get snow, especially in the mountainous areas of the desert. But yeah, I mean, usually not that much, I will say. It usually comes down and then it melts right away. But seeing that covered in snow is pretty wild, actually. I'm assuming this probably gets kind of hot though in the summer. I don't know. You'll have to tell me. But I also wonder, is this the type of place that perhaps has been filmed or been used maybe in some sort of show or movie? So yeah, you'll have to tell me anything interesting that you would like to add. I would appreciate it. I thought this is kind of a fun, shorter video about something I've never heard of and was shown to me, and I just couldn't believe it. So I had to see a video on it to actually see it, and sure enough, there is a desert in Poland. Who knew? That kind of stuff is really cool. I do like finding out cool things like that most people probably wouldn't know about. So yeah, I appreciate your guys' suggestions as always, and I appreciate you watching as well. I hope to see you in the next one. Hope you're having a great day. That's about all I got for this one. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker, and until next time, y'all, catch you later.